and then you can try it. Okay, I'm going it live right now. Damn it, he got off too early.
It's too late, we're live!
And we're live! Welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name is Harlan. I'm here with my extremely attractive friend Chris. And my expertly attractive friend Michael. And currently Justin is not on camera. We're pretending his camera is dead, even though it's clearly working. So when he comes back on, you're going to hear us say a lot of things, because it is, of course, April. So we're going to play a little April Fool's prank on him. I'm going to see how much I can get him to do. I'm very nervous now for his video to pop up. But anyway, for those watching, we are on game 8, or part 8, of our first game of Dragon Age. We are bringing this to game 10, so we're winding near the end of our adventure. Last week was a stressful, action-packed week for those who watch.
A lot of tension between my character and yours.
I think it's sexual, to be honest. I think it's mainly sexual tension.
It is a band of brothers.
That's what I'm saying, and I also have sexual tension with the mage. I think it just comes down to me being sexually frustrated. Anyway, so we're on part 8. We're going up till 10. So please watch, and if you haven't watched before, go back and check some of our previous videos, because there's some good story there. We are also on Twitter, so please watch us at the INVICTUS stream. Justin is back in the call, and I do not see his video. Does anyone see Justin pop up?
On the positive side, we do have the black screen with his name, Justin, on it this time.
Yes, which is probably the most useful thing we can do.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, but you just look like a monkey, and I'm not being funny.
I look like a monkey. Oh,
well, like the Donkey Kong.
All right, I'll try another USB port.
Hold on,
1 second.
it's like really. Hold on, stay for a second. It's like blurry, kind of. Is your camera like clean your camera or something? Is it messed up? Before it was black. Before it was pitch black, but we could hear you. It felt like maybe there was something there. Hurry up! You're lighting for people. Take your time and moan really slow, Justin.
All right, I'm going real slow.
It is it's like pixelating now. It's black, but it's pixelating.
Well, Mike's was doing this last week.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's something. It's dark.
All right.
Oh, I see color now. It's like different colors now. That's a little better. I can see something. It's like a blurry something.
What did you see?
I don't know. It's just the color of you, Justin.
Just the color of me?
Yeah, in a good way.
Okay.
Are we doing Roll20? Because
Yeah,
that's not working either. Oh, there it is.
Oh, you're in a focus now.
Oh, yeah?
I can see your nose a little bit. It seems like your camera's really zoomed in.
Okay, 1 second, 1 second. Yeah.
There's the black screen and the Justin again.
All right, are we ready to start, guys? Or
Wait till your camera's fixed.
Are you going to keep trying to prank me? Because I know that's what this is.
You're watching the stream.
I watched the stream.
I realized I realized when we started, I'm like, shit, all he has to do is watch the stream and realize that his camera's Damn it, I had all big plans. I was going to be like, yo, move your head in and out real quick and move back and forth.
Oh, yeah, I know. I was thinking, like, oh, maybe they can't see it. Maybe I'll send them a gratuitous shot.
Ooh.
But then I thought, this isn't 18. So maybe they don't want to see that.
It's okay. We can be 18 plus without being 18 plus. Damn it. All right. Fair enough.
I told you I was on edge. I warned you.
I know. The first thing Justin said, he was like, guys, I don't have anything planned for you guys for April Fool's Day, but I'm on edge. So if you're going to prank me, and then I talked over him. I'm like, no, don't guilt me. That's always the worst, when you wake up in the morning and you see your girlfriend or your wife and you're like, hey, guy, hey, don't prank me because I'm not pranking you today. And then if you did have something planned, you just feel bad. You're like, what the hell am I supposed to do now with all this silly putty?
Yeah. So if I do wipe the party, it's not a prank.
If you kill every single member.
Party.
Lightning hits you. Lightning hits you. Lightning hits you. Shark eats you.
Lightning. I've been playing more Dragon Age this week, so I'm right back into the world of this world.
Okay.
I was in danger 2 words into that sentence.
All right, let's do this. Let's play.
Let's do it.
you guys ready to play?
You're
Ready.
born ready.
Yeah.
Do we want to summarize?
Okay.
Do we want
need
to
to
summarize what happened last week?
Yes,
We
I
do,
want you
'cause
guys to
I don't
summarize.
remember those sorts of things.
Well, I was going to say, Mike, you should summarize it because you'd be the most unbiased.
Well, that's the problem. I'm unbiased because I can't remember if I should be.
Perfect.
And
Then
I'll,
just-
I'll summarize. For some reason, Griner just kept running into my fist repeatedly.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I had nothing to do with it. It was violent.
Okay.
Justin.
Yeah. All right. So essentially, the adventurers, including Rener and Gil, had escaped from the Tevinter research facility, and they made their way into the Frostback Mountains again. And they were traveling along, and they found a lake, and the lake was frozen over, and it was really nice weather, and they saw icicles were dripping with water earlier. So there was a chance that parts of the ice weren't quite as thick as they should be if they wanted to walk across it. And they tried, and sure enough, the lightest person fell through.
It's because his feet are so small that he was focused in a spot.
Like
It's
a
basically
pencil.
just an ice pick, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, so he fell through the ice. And what happened in that instance, guys?
I heroically dived in. No, actually, I think I slid and tried to throw my rope first, but
Yep.
he couldn't get up. So then I dove in,
Yeah,
and I dived it in, and I pulled him out, and I was warm. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
When I should have been freezing.
yes.
Meanwhile, I made a fire, and we got Imagin naked, which was awesome.
And Imagin was shaking. Whoa.
So cold, so we tried to warm him up by the fire.
By hugging him.
Meanwhile, Griner went on his merry way to discover a cave
Mhm.
with a rotten stench of dead flesh. And then when we got to the cave, we argued about it for a long time and decided to finally get in there, where we found a dead red lion.
I think we argued about whether to light the corpse on fire, which they ended up doing. Lighting the dead corpse on fire for warmth.
Yeah,
and
but he
smell,
skinned it first.
of course.
Yes, we took the pelt, which was going to be a gift for the Tavaran.
The Avar.
What is this called? The Avar, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's not king. What are we calling him?
The Thane.
Thane.
Thane. Owen Redhold. But anyways, we'll get to that. So you guys were... This was the juicy part. This was the fun part. You guys were in...
I'm going to check out my list just in case.
You camped out.
So I don't get mad.
Okay, here's what happened. Completely unbiased. Both Penth and Griner were inside the cave. There had been some arguments already up to this point, and some tension building between the two. They really needed to have a sit down and talk, and just meet eye to eye. They really needed to have that talk. So they camped out in this Red Lion cave. And Griner talked to pretty much everybody. He had a little sit down with Imagin. He had a little sit down with Gil. I don't know if he did with Rener, but yeah, he was sitting outside taking watch, and he took the first watch. And Penth went to sleep and woke up at the time that Griner was supposed to come and get him, but he I don't know. Anyways, that doesn't matter. He basically got up, and Griner said, "Okay, you can come out here and take the watch." And Penth was like, "No, I'll take my watch from in here." And so that led to a bit of a dispute. And then I think tempers flared a bit.
Words were said.
Words were said. And Griner...
ended up healing Rener back.
Yeah, let's jump. I like that. I like that better. And then Griner got healed by Imagin.
Yes. So what happened in between? You'll have to go back and watch last week to find out what exactly happened in between. But
It stands on the blade of a knife, basically, as in the token-esque way. We'll see what happens. We stay together.
yes, we'll see what happens. So yeah, needless
This
to
is
say,
basically
there's a lot
the
of
fellowship
tension in
when
the group.
Boromir died.
Mhm.
Or I can't remember. When was the highest tension? I can't
Oh,
remember.
oh, after
When-
was hot.
Huh?
Probably walking to the Red Keep after was pretty much the most intense part of the whole game.
No, I'm trying to think of when in like Lord of the Rings they had the most tense. When Boromir asked for the ring.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But even that's just like a foreshadow. That's just
Yeah. I think basically what we're trying to say is that we are more intense than the Lord of the Rings saga.
It was
I think
definitely
that's exactly
tense.
it.
And yeah, Chris is right. It was definitely tense on the way to Redhold, but they made their way there, and
Which was surprising because we got there and they pulled bows on us and they made us leave our weapons at the gate. It was a very different welcome than my character was expecting.
what was your character expecting?
My character was expecting, first of all, no bows, just because that's what he's used to from his tribe. You know, because they look down upon bows, and to have a weapon is not. It's it's fine to have a weapon, and to walk around with it. It's not disrespectful to have one. And they seem to be living in a civilization which seems counterintuitive to the belief that civilization causes people to be weak. So it's very different from what I expect of the character.
Well, the Emir, aren't the Emir kind of like a civilization? Don't you guys have?
I think you're right, but I'm just playing it differently.
He's a backwoods, north of 7 tribe.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like your character's Emir.
Yeah.
Are they? I pictured like a stronghold that they live in.
Think of Aryan.
They live not more like a little bit of a stronghold, more like nomadic though. I wouldn't say a stronghold is a good representation. There's no big walls and things like that, but they might live in a cave or around a cave and have some shelter.
Okay. Okay, cool. I hadn't pictured that, but that's good. We're on the same page. Yeah, and is there anything else that you guys wanted to talk about from last week before we get started?
I forgot. Did you mention that Imagin knows about my warm in the water?
I did not mention that.
I do know that if you were, I do not know why.
And we also have to worry about the fact that the artifact in the tower, which for some reason not even the Avaran people know how to get into this tower, and we don't know if we're going to be allowed to take the artifact off the property and things like that. So we're now going to eat for 3 days with the king at 3 separate dinners, I guess.
Eating for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
I'm into that.
Oh, feast for days.
Kobayashi style.
Maru.
So yes, Chris is right, and that's a good way. I don't know what you said.
Kobayashi Maru? Never mind.
Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the idea behind Game 8 is to throw in as many pop culture references as possible.
Pop culture, like pop...
Arts.
Okay.
Like the king of pop, Michael Jackson? Sorry, I had nothing.
Swing and a miss. Where's that cricket note? We have that somewhere, don't we?
Crickets? Oh, it is on here. I'll keep it queued up.
Yeah, cue up the crickets. We're gonna need them. All right. So we ended last week with the adventurers just being welcomed into Redhold by Thane Owen Redhold. He's a big, burly man, maybe in his 40s, with a black beard with speckled gray. He's wearing a silver circlet on his head, and so far he seems pretty jovial to you guys. He did ask for you guys to hand in your weapons, but he did say that while bows and big swords are not welcome, short swords and daggers are basically cutting utensils. So if you have one of those, then you're welcome to keep it. Yeah, and so Owen says, yes, welcome to Redhold. He gives you a map and tells you to meet in 2 hours for dinner time. Oh, it's about midday right now, so he'd probably say about 3 or 4 hours, because Gil has to go and get everything prepared. Yeah. And that's about it. So you guys have a map of Redhold. Let me bring it up here. And do you have any other questions about Redhold while I'm bringing this up?
Is it actually red?
No, it isn't. But you gathered by the way he introduced himself and welcomed you in, based on the red lion skin, that their hold is named after
The red lion.
the red lion. Yeah.
I want to go to that pit of creatures, see what that's about.
The sacred animal pit.
Oh, and I want to go to that Rookery.
The
Rookery. That's right. Crowery.
Okay. So.
And I want to track down the old lady that was eyeballing me.
Nice. Okay. That's perfect.
Wow, shut up.
All right. So, yeah, here's your map. And I'm going to share this for as long as we need it. Okay, so first things first. Why don't we do Griner at the Rookery?
Okay. I want to go to the Rookery. What's Imagin doing? I want to check with him first. You okay, buddy? What are you doing? You okay?
Imagin is looking.
I saw while we were being welcomed, I saw someone that seemed like a kindred spirit, and I wish to track her down and share stories.
Okay. If you need me, I'm just going to be at the Rookery. Just whistle. I'll come. Be safe. Here's five silvers. If you get lost, just ask the man on the PA to call me.
Thank you very much. I will look for a man in uniform should I get lost.
No, but I do make sure you're okay, and I tell you where I'll be, and I say I'll come back when I'm done. I just have a quick errand to run.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Okay. So, Griner, as you make your way to the Rookery, you see that most of the snow has melted. They must have had some pretty good weather over the past few days. And it is a pretty clear day right now. And you work your way up the street, and you see that there are some... Is this time for our sponsor message?
It is Booster Juice.
Yeah. This role-playing game was brought to you by Booster Juice. Yes, you make your way down the street, and you see that there are a number of ours. As they walk by you, the women are about as tall as you on average, and they brush past you. You don't see anybody like peeking through their windows at you, like oh, a lowlander. They are all kind of anybody who doesn't look surprised by your appearance is kind of scowling at you, like, what is this? What is this guy?
I wonder what his scowl looks like.
Show me your
None of them
scowl,
are-
Justin. Take down your screen share. We got to see your scowl.
My scowl? Oh yeah.
That's the scowl?
That's the
Fuck
scowl.
it, I pull on my shorts.
Your grandma ever do that to you?
What you talking about?
My grandma likes me. Okay, I ignore it.
Okay,
I don't get bothered by that.
sure. And you make your way up the wooden steps of the Rookery, and you open it to the smell of bird poop.
Makes me so hungry.
And looking around, you see a number of cages with crows inside, and a man sitting behind a desk with a bunch of big buckets next to it, and he is taking pieces of paper and just inspecting them and then putting them into separate buckets.
I approach him with my sexiest smile.
And he says, "Oh, you scared me, Lowlander."
I wasn't meaning to sneak up on you. I literally walked in the door, slammed it behind me, and stepped towards you.
Yeah, but we don't get too many visitors, if you understand.
Of course I do. I was wondering if I could ask a favor of you.
He tips his cap Slightly, and he says, I don't even know who you are."
My name is Griner. I'm from the lowlands, admittedly a weaker area and a weaker species or race than yourself. But I wish to ask you two questions, the first of which is a very simple one, and I just want to make sure that no contact has come for us in this direction, for me or any of my party. And I list the names of the party.
Oh, okay. Really, yeah, interesting. So,
Well, some people knew we were coming here. They must have.
Yeah. And so he looks and he says, why would you come here first?
Well, we've been traveling for a number of days on the road, and I wanted to make sure no correspondence had arrived here before us. I did have some urgent news when I left my hometown, and again, they knew we were coming here.
Okay, so he looks a little hesitant. Do a persuasion check.
I will persuade the living fuck out of this sexy motherfucker.
This is just going to be average, so you're trying to beat an 11 for persuasion.
Someone enjoys Justin's voices, FYI. Someone just tweeted us. So, Justin, keep up the sexy voices.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to pin this guy's accent. I'm trying to do like a... I don't even know what I'm trying to do. I try to go Russian, but all of a sudden it always turns Irish. I don't know, or something.
Because they're so closely related.
Russian or something. Let's see.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay. And he says, "All right, I tell you, but I got one letter about 2 days ago for Mr. Penth, and it has a seal that it should only go to the Thane. I do not feel comfortable giving it to you unless you are here to deliver it to the Thane, but I would need, of course, some proof that he sent it to you, if you understand."
Well. I'm so happy right now. What to do. Holy fuck, so many options. Okay. Oh, wow. This is just all so fast and so sudden. Oh, I could really screw him over here. Let me think. Oh, wow. Okay, let me do something else in the meantime. Let me pause and say, interesting. I might be that person you're looking for. Let me send a message. Fuck. All right, switch to one of the other guys for a second. I gotta think this one over.
So, Penth, as you start you make your way to the sacred.
Okay. Can I just say I will walk by the sacred animals, but my actual goal is the temple. I just knew it was on the way.
Okay. So you swing by the sacred animal pit and you look inside, and it's really nothing that special. You see a few people inside, and they are they're actually painting on the wall. By the smell of it, you think it's blood. It's got a coppery smell, and they're painting different animals that they're hoping to have. Like they're painting like goats and that sort of thing. And they're basically trying to get blessings from the gods. You understand? You've seen this sort of thing before.
Yep.
Different of our tribes will paint different animals depending on what they want. You do see quite a few red lions, which you know symbolizes courage.
Right. Okay. So again, I want to make my way to the temple.
Okay. So you head over to the shrine, and you reach a big arch after going up some stone stairs, and yeah.
Yeah, so I want to look to. I'm hoping to get some advice from some of the elders here, because I imagine there's someone here that I could speak to. At least in my tribe, this is where I would find advice. So I'm looking for someone who can give me some guidance.
Okay. So in the shrine, you do see a tall, slender woman who is cleaning scrubbing the floor vigorously.
Do I recognize her?
You assume she's tall. She's Avar.
Well, everyone here is pretty much, right?
Yeah, everyone here is tall. I guess your tribe isn't as tall. You're more normal height.
Yes. I ask, I say, hello, I'm Penth. I'm looking for one of the elders.
And she replies, an elder? Well, sure, that's me.
What are you doing scrubbing the floors?
I'm taking care of the shrine to the old gods. It's one of the greatest honors that I can do for them.
How old is she?
She looks to be about 40, 45, between there somewhere. Not terribly old, quite pretty.
Climb that tree, Penth. Climb that tree.
Though she does have a gap between her two front teeth. Yeah.
So I get down on my hands and knees and I grab the sponge and I start scrubbing the floors beside her.
And you feel a sharp pain. Do a, here, 1 second.
You are not worthy of that honor.
Essentially, yeah. You feel a sharp pain on the side of your face as you realize she's actually punched you. She's held back, so it doesn't do any damage. But she says, "How dare you step into this temple and defile our shrine? This is my duty. It's my sworn oath to the gods right now. How dare you take that away from me?"
I say, if you feel like, I understand. I get this.
Cleaning?
I say, this is an interaction that I understand. You don't want me to do something and you show me that. I am now with a party of travelers, lowlanders mostly, and they don't seem to understand me. I can't connect with them. I'm trying to express myself and it just leads to more distance between us. I don't know if I can continue my mission, and maybe I'm not made to be a mercenary for hire. Maybe I'm just not cut out to do it.
So roll a communication check.
9. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 7.
That's it?
No, 8. Just 8.
8, okay. So she looks at you, and she stops scrubbing, and she's got a scowl on her face, or just her eyebrows are kind of ridged, and she says, "Oh, my dear boy. Okay, the gods can wait for now. Come with me." So she stands you up, and she leads you to the back of the shrine, where there are two chairs facing each other, and in between the chairs there is a big pillar that's going up to the sky, very high. And she says, take a seat, boy."
So I sit down.
And she says, "You just walked into my shrine. You must be desperate for help. And you must be very terribly hurt in some way for you to walk into my shrine and basically beg for help."
I am just at an end. I don't know if I can continue my purpose in life. I've been training my entire life, and now I feel like I'm at a crossroads that I could fail.
You say that you're traveling with a party, yes?
Yes, of lowlanders.
That is of no consequence. Tell me, where do you come from? Why are you traveling with these lowlanders, so you say?
I am from the clan Amir. And if you know of my people, we live in a place where the only way we can survive is to be mercenaries. And so I have trained my entire life to take the garb, and I have gone to my first position, and already I think I'm going to fail.
So you can't really see her. There's that giant pole right in front of her, and you kind of tilt to see her, and she's sitting very still. And she says to you, "Sit still, boy, sit still. You feel afraid to fail, yes?"
I am responsible to bring back money for my tribe. I'm worthless if I can't even do this.
This tribe, you say, they are making people, they are raising their young to become sellswords, yes?
Yes.
Did they not train you how to work with lowlanders? I can tell just by seeing you walking in here that you carry the air of a warrior, and I have no doubt that you are quite skilled in combat. But if these Amir are training people who are going to be hired by lowlanders, so you say, shouldn't they not be trained?
They do not want us
work with them?
They don't want us to become lowlanders. We're to keep our culture.
So why is it that you have such strife with this particular group?
I imagine this is how I will be with all lowlanders. When they are angry with something I've done, they muddle it up with words and never get to the point. They can't move beyond it.
And that is not your way. It's not the way of the Amir.
I imagine it wasn't the way of all of our people, but I can see I'm wrong.
Well, it isn't the way of us. Well, it is and it isn't. I'm sure there are many things that I would find strange if I were to visit your Amir stronghold. Maybe even more strange. I'm sure there are things for you that, even coming and visiting Redhold, you see are strange for an of our tribe to be doing.
Yes, but just now, you had some difficulty with my actions, and you expressed it immediately. I knew what I did out there was wrong. You expressed that to me, physically.
I did. And I believed it was the right thing to do, because we are having this conversation now. And I thank the gods for that. But everyone is going to be different. I can't say that if I were to go into a lowland village, as I've heard, and do the same thing, I may be viewed a very different way, because they have different beliefs and different ideas.
So am I to sacrifice mine?
Well, that depends. Are you sacrificing your ideals in order to be happy yourself, or sacrificing your ideals while looking out for the happiness of others?
And yeah. Well, I would think.
So how does Penth feel? She's given some strange advice that maybe doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It doesn't sound like something one of my elders would tell me.
So
it's easier coming from her, though, than probably speaking to somebody else. I mean, at least this is my people in some sense or another.
Mm-hmm. Look at it this way, dear boy. We all want the same thing. We all want to be happy. We want to be comfortable. We want to be lying in our mother's bosom or our lover's bosom. And so she says that, sure, why not? And we all desire this. So we all have something in common. What your clan Amir failed to teach you is this exact thing, that we all have something in common. I suggest that you think on this for a bit longer, and sit here in this chair and speak with the gods. I am just a servant to them. You continue to speak your mind to the gods, and they will tell you everything you need to hear. Because it's within you.
Okay, what does the church look like? Is it lavish?
Let's give it up for that first off.
That was good. I agree.
I'm gonna look around the church while I'm there. Is it pretty? Is it really ornate? Is there a lot of stonework?
It's simple. There are some drawings or paintings on the wall, fresh paint, that you assume depict different gods. God of the mountains, god of the wind, the weather, god of life, all that stuff. And but the temple itself is actually quite simple. There's not much to it. It's an open ceiling, and the most important aspect is right in front of you as you sit down, this spire leading up into the sky.
Do I understand what it means?
That's up to you to guess, or you can ask her.
I'm going to guess it's some sort of connection between the earth and the sky. So it's a reminder that we are part of creation, and it's probably a humbling reminder as well. Yeah, so I'll take the rest of my time to meditate in this place and think about my future.
Just think about what you've done.
Do you say that
Think
to
about
her?
it. Yeah.
Shame on you.
And she says, meditate. And just out of curiosity, as she stands up and she's just wiping her hands on her white gown, she says, What is it that you do while you meditate?
It depends on what am I thinking about, or how do I meditate? I meditate in motion sometimes. Sometimes I do it very still.
Do you think about what is bothering you?
I try not to think about anything and hope that something will come.
May I offer you a different way of meditating? A way that us, people of Redhold, try to practice as much as possible.
I look forward to more knowledge.
This spire here that you see before you is a direct link between the earth and the sky. The realm of man and the Avars, and the gods that govern us. If there is something that is bothering you, forgetting about it and trying to calm your mind without hearing it is just going to put it off until you're no longer meditating. That is my belief, at least. But I suggest that you try speaking to the gods, speaking everything that's on your mind, and trying to say exactly how you feel. And maybe, whether through divine intervention or simple intellectual analysis, you will be able to come to a conclusion.
I will try this.
She smiles and steps off of the dais, I guess. Dais sounds right. And
Yes.
in the body on day.
What?
What's going on?
It felt right.
Daylight come and you want to go home.
That's the cover version.
Yeah, it's like
The
when
Aryan version.
Yeah, it's an old tribal
Bad Boys.
African tribal dance song.
Hey.
Okay. So she steps off the dais and you begin to meditate, and as you're doing either what she told you to do or whatever you decide to do, you hear her speaking to someone, just another priest, I guess, and you see that the priest that she's speaking to is much older than her, maybe 75 years old, and this younger lady.
The custodian.
No. The younger lady tells her to. That would be funny. The younger lady tells her to keep scrubbing the floor, and then it continues on her way. And she carries the posture of someone who is in charge.
Right.
You totally just talked to the cleanup lady.
That's right. now she has me praying to like the coat rack. Look at this! I got this guy praying to the coat rack.
It's like the town drunk.
So Imagin.
Hey.
You make your way through the town and do a perception check.
Whoa, where'd you go? Hold on. I clicked too many buttons.
Okay. Last one.
I see a wall.
I get one more at some point. I'll save it, though.
All right.
Yeah, I got a whopping 5.
A whopping 5. So you make your way through town, and you don't have the map with you.
No.
And you're looking for this old lady, and you can't find her for some reason. You saw her. You spoke with Griner for a little while. You turned. She's gone. You went to look for her, and now you're lost. In Redhold, which is a big place for a little elf. And, yeah, you don't know where you are. You feel like you're in a kind of grimy part of town. It's not that big of a village, but the houses here aren't as well looked after. And you hear a Marbury warhound barking in one of the houses.
I will go to the next door. Not that one.
Okay, so you go up to the door.
Knock on the door.
Old lady.
Okay, so knocking on the door.
Sorry, pop culture. Penny? Penny? Penny?
I don't get that one.
Yes, you
Big Bang
do.
Theory.
Everyone watches Big Bang Theory.
Oh, God.
Quietly in their bedroom at night while they masturbate.
The Penny?
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 Yeah, okay, so you knock on the door.
He wants pennies.
And it takes a while. You're about to turn around when you hear the door creak open behind you.
I'll just take a little step back because that sounded a little creepy.
No, creaky.
Yeah.
Now I need my fucking drum roll.
You used it.
I know.
Good evening. I apologize if I've disturbed you.
And it's dark, completely dark inside. And yeah, it's completely dark inside and no one's responding.
I will say, I bid you well.
And as soon
slide off the steps to the door.
as soon as the words leave your lips, you start to back up. Imogen's obviously freaked out a bit. A white owl bursts from the front of the door and flies out, narrowly missing her head. What's that?
No, I'm just kidding. Gonna walking bomb the owl because it freaked me out.
Walking bomb it. Ah! Feathers and blood shower you. Yeah, okay, so it flies off, and you're freaked out. Do a dexterity roll. See if you're able to recover.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Just bomb it.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a 1-1-1.
Legend myself on a rock.
Oh,
You know, it's
that is
funny,
beautiful.
as uncommon as you think that would be, I think we've pretty much had one pretty much every other session.
Yeah, it must
We've
be.
had a few triple ones.
It must be more. I mean, I don't know the maths, but it must be more common because I think we've had a few 111s and a few 666s.
I don't think we've ever had a 666. We've had a 665, I feel.
No, I'm pretty sure we rolled 666, but it was on something non-important, and I'm pretty sure it was like before we did anything. It was like, oh, I'm gonna walk up the hill, ha ha ha, 3 6s. God damn it, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know, that's how it goes. So you fall to the ground. Imagin falls to the ground, trips over one of the steps, and collapses in the snow. And
Which freaks me out more.
And you're scrambling to get up, and you hear a voice say, "I've been waiting for you." Fuck. And you look up, and the door who you happened to knock on is the creepy old lady.
Excellent.
And she says, "Well, are you going to continue frolicking in the snow, or will you come inside and speak with me, young boy?"
Jerk.
I will brush myself off, stand up, and I will walk in.
Okay. So you enter the house, and immediately as you step over the threshold, you get a whiff of dank, musty mothballs and some other smells that you can't quite put your finger on. And she walks in after you, and she's actually moving pretty quickly despite a limp that she has. And she walks over to the kitchen. It's open concept, so you're in the living room right now, but you can see her in the kitchen. And she says, "Please, take a seat. Take a seat."
All right, and I do.
And she rummages around the shelves and says, "I don't get visitors too often, but when I do, I like to serve them tea." And she pulls out a big box and blows a bunch of dust over it, or blows a bunch of dust away from it.
I think I remember the scary story. Is this the one where she sucks the chocolate off the peanuts and puts them in a jar and then he eats them?
Is that a scary story or just kind of gross?
It was on Freaky Stories.
Oh.
Freaky Stories, and the name of the show was Freaky Stories.
I think, no, this is the Freaky Stories. No, this is more like Scooby-Doo, where...
If you... Dude, pull your mask! There's just going to be a guy trying to build
It's actually Gil! She pulls out a... I guess they wouldn't have tea bags. Yeah. She blows it off, and she takes a spoon, and she dumps some of this stuff into a gnarled-looking mug. And she pours some into a mug for herself as well. And then she says, "Just 1 minute. I need to get some water." And so she disappears into the back. So you are sitting alone, awkwardly, in this this dark, dusty house. There's no lights or no lamps or torches lit. And you can see through the light coming in the window dust particles, just like heavy dust particles floating.
I will do my best just to like breathe and not be creeped out right now.
Okay.
Because I believe that she is, I believe she's probably an apostate as well.
Mm.
At this point, so I know they're probably years of being reclusive, and again, just try not to freak out too much.
Mm-hmm.
And be patient, because she's old and fragile and human, so she doesn't live very long anyway.
So from the back, you hear a sound kind of like... Not like that. Not like that. Was that you, Chris?
That was me. Jason sent that to us over Twitter.
Oh, nice. Oh, is that creepy? What is that?
That's from The Legend of Zelda. The Secret
nice.
Zelda. I found it!
So you hear that sound coming from the back.
Yep.
And
are you okay? I don't know if she just fell over or
Yeah, and she
was
says,
it time to go.
"Yep, just boiling some water." And after a few beats, you hear some clanking and footsteps as she makes her way back into the room. And it's only been about 2 minutes since she left, and she's got a kettle of boiled water. And she pours it into the cups. And as she's pouring, she says, "So tell me, young boy, what is your name?"
Sorry, blanked out here.
It's
Sorry.
right there at the bottom.
I'm thank you, but I'm trying to remember.
What your secret name?
Was I introduced at all?
No.
Nope.
Right? We weren't. Okay.
No, we were never introduced. No.
Okay. So I'll just say, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Ilar.
No, it isn't, she says, smiling, shaking her head. You can see the light reflecting off of her her white eye.
Okay. Is it true?
It's okay. You don't have to trust me. But if you were to trust me, you would be very wise.
And I say, please understand, I don't have a lot of experience being able to trust humans. I want to trust you, and that's why I came to you. But I'm more seeking perhaps some wisdom than to build a relationship.
And she smiles and nods. And she doesn't respond. She carries the tea over to you and sets it down on the table. And she says, "My name is Ydra." Ydra. Can you say that?
Ydra.
That's right. And I've been the shaman of Redhold for longer than I can even remember.
I would just like to say that I am not about to whip out my penis and stir the tea.
Start the tea bag? What? Oh, the tea bag it. Was that Dave?
Yeah, it was, yes.
Thanks, Dave. I was thinking that was slightly out of character. She says, "You have some strange thoughts, young one. But I have stranger thoughts at times." And the owl actually flies back in and lands on the arm of the couch. And she says, Why have you come here? I expected it, and I knew you would be here, but I do not know why. What has led you here?"
Is it safe to assume you are not of the circle mages?
And she giggles at that. And she says, I don't even know how to answer that. No, I'm not. I am definitely not. I am a shaman. You see, life essence given to me and you from the gods courses between both of our veins.
Then perhaps you can help me, for I have a lot of fear. I feel like there's a lot of darkness inside me, and though I want to trust the power that I'm learning to control, I feel like although I have the power to heal, it's only one of the powers I have, and the rest all seem to be very dark and disturbing. And I'm wondering, is that because I myself am destined towards an evil end?
And she narrows her eyes towards you. And she says, "We mustn't speak of this now, young boy. I do understand what you've said, and I am afraid for you as well. But it is a good thing that you have come to me. If you come again tomorrow, I will tell you all, and I will give you the advice that you need. But it must be tomorrow, because it isn't in my vision to tell you today."
Thank you, Ydra.
I am
I
glad
bid you well.
I am glad you stopped in. Now, enjoy your tea. It's quite good.
Okay, well, I will do a little smell of it. Trying to do a perception and see if, like, using natural lore, I can tell what it is. Not because I don't necessarily trust her, I'm just curious as to what the hell I'm drinking. There we go. So we are at 14, 17.
It smells putrid. It smells absolutely disgusting. Not like any tea that you have ever tried or smelt. And quite frankly, you are afraid to drink it.
Excellent. Good to know.
Okay. So she says, "Are you going to drink your tea, or are you going to leave?"
I thank you, and I mean no insult, but I should be on my way for dinner with King Owen, or Thane Owen.
We had plans too, but where?
What's that?
I said we had plans too, but where?
And she sternly looks at you and says, "But you will come back tomorrow, yes?"
If it is within my power, yes.
Good. You do not want to keep me waiting.
But
This
she gives
is-
me that grandma look.
She's giving you the grandma look. She's
Oh,
looking at you
God.
very sternly, as if you've done something wrong.
All right. Well, that's going to help with the guilt I'm feeling inside. Excellent. And I will be on my way.
Okay. So you leave.
Although I
And-
feel really bad because she went through a lot of trouble to make that tea.
Well, I don't
Sort
know.
of.
Sort of. It happened pretty quickly.
Yeah,
The
she
water
really
might have
did
already
that.
been boiled. So you continue your way back, and it's starting to get dark. So you are thinking it's a good idea to head back and meet at Red Hold, the Thane's Longhouse.
Castellou Rock.
All right, so we're back to Griner.
I thought long and hard about this. I still don't know what to do. So, I'm going to just go for it. And I'm going to walk up to the man and I'm going to say, "Yes, of course I am here to deliver the message. That is why I am here."
Well, that actually saves me much time. I have lots to get through here by myself, and I wanted to deliver this for the Thane already for a day or so now. So if you would be so kind as to take it, and he hesitantly hands it over to you.
And I take it noddingly, like, "It's okay, idiot." And I take it from the wrist. And I want to look at the crest. Do I recognize the crest?
No, you don't recognize it.
Damn it.
Wait,
What does it
actually, do a cunning check.
That's what I want to hear. 225 plus 1.
Oh,
So
10.
10.
So you get the feeling you've seen it before.
Ah, interesting.
But you can't quite place exactly where you have seen it.
Can you describe it to me?
Indescribable.
Indescribable.
It looks like something that just doesn't exist. It's negative space.
Okay. I will describe it to you another time.
In song.
It's indescribable.
Is it because I would know it outside of the world?
No. No.
Oh, okay.
It's because I don't have like a good symbol for it.
Okay. What if I said what symbol I thought it might be and check for that? Would I be able to roll for that, like knowledge or something?
Yeah, sure.
Like based on what I have already seen, I want to verify it as something.
Okay, yeah. What does your character think it is? What does Griner think it might be?
I want to know if it has anything to do with Rener, or more importantly, I want to know if it has anything to do with the Chantry. Because for those of us who would remember, way back when Griner let a prisoner escape and blamed Penth for the killings. So I want to see if the symbol on the chest piece or the shield of the Chantry guards who came into that cabin way back when, if this symbol matches them.
Okay. Well, I feel like you would recognize the symbol from the Chantry.
That's kind of what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah. It's not a symbol from the Chantry.
Okay.
And it isn't a symbol that you've seen on Rener, no.
In that case, what does the guy have on his desk? He sends letters. Does he have something that could seal this back up? Should I crack it open and want to reseal it?
Oh yeah, he definitely has seals. He probably doesn't have the exact seal that you see.
Well, that's fine. All right, fuck it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to hand it back to him and say, "Oh, sorry, I thought this was something else."
What do you mean? It's for Mr. Penth, who travels in your party.
I'm going to say, "Yes, take it back for a second. I'll just send him for it."
Oh. Okay.
And I'm going to hold it in such a way that the minute he grabs it, I'm going to pull it back and break the seal.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to incriminate him.
Do a dexterity check.
Okay. I figured if he's going down, he's got to go down with me, because otherwise he's just going to say, "I gave it to that guy." It's my master plan. Okay, so 10, 14, 15, 16.
So as he goes to take it back, you yank suddenly, and you
I just want his finger to pop the seal. That's it.
You make it look like a mistake, and yes, the seal does break. It's not terribly tight.
Perfect. And I pull it back and say, "Oh, drat! I might as well deliver it to Penth anyway. Silly seals."
And he says, "I must stop." But
and I walk out. It's all right. It's all right between you and me. No worries. And I leave. That's how you do it. Griner style. You incriminate some guy who's not going to want to rat you out because he'll be fucked too. And I'm going to go to a little alleyway and I want to read what the message says.
Okay. Okay. So you go to an alley, and yeah, it's still about midday. We're kind of back in time here because you weren't standing in there for 2 hours.
Which means I know that none of the other two guys are going to see me. The benefit of timeline. So I can walk in the middle of the square. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So you're in the alleyway, and you open the now broken seal, and it's in a language that you do not understand.
Oh, fuck me.
But it is written. It's written kind of sloppily, and you do see Penth's full name written on it. And
pentatonic scale?
Nope.
Musical.
That's not it. And you do see signed at the very bottom is a word and then Kazavan.
Oh, well, that's a complication I did not expect. But wait a minute, Penth doesn't speak any other languages that I don't. So how would he...
Secret language. Pig Latin.
You do know that there is an Avarian language. They don't all just speak the trade tongue.
Oh, so the one that doesn't appear on his sheet.
He would speak this language. But
Alright.
most of ours would speak this language.
True.
I'm gonna add that to my sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll add super secret Griner language too to mine. All right, I will go back to. I will go back inside to the guy, the Avar inside.
What's this say? I'm trying to read it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so funny. Okay, so you go back inside.
Well, I don't reveal it yet. I want to see how I could figure this out in a way that would be less.
And he says, and you see he's standing up, and he's like, here, you're back. Oh, thank goodness. I was a little worried that you weren't going to.
I say, no worry, good man. Take a seat. We're all friends here. And I shut the door behind me.
I can reseal it now that you bring it back to me.
I definitely think we should. On that note, however, my friend Penth actually wanted me to simply reiterate the message to him. He told me, I went outside, saw him in the square. He said, look, just tell me what the damn thing says. I says, Penth, old pal, I don't read the language. I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. And he says, just ask someone else. I'm busy. So I'm back in here. Thought I'd ask you real quick, snip, snip, what is it saying? And then I can go relay the message to Penth, old buddy.
Do you normally talk in this strange accent?
No, I'm putting on my show to convince you of my lie, so it makes it seem that much more plausible. Don't be silly.
I see. Well, you do a persuasion check. This is going to be challenging, so you're beating a 13.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay. So he says, well, if you just wanted to reiterate it, let me see the note. I'm not supposed to do that.
I say, look, what's the real reason of it? I mean, someone sends a letter because they want the message to get into Penth's hands. I'm just trying to make it easier that Penth gets the message. That's it. So just give me the gist. You don't have to read it verbatim.
He says, okay. And he opens it, and he says, he looks up at you kind of sheepishly, and he says, it is written very poorly.
His people are not the most bright in their old shack.
And he says,
ironic.
It says, Penth, I don't know the whole name.
Pentatonic scale.
Penth something or other. You must return to Amir camp immediately. There are people here. For you, I suppose. It isn't direct translation. Something about we have to sort something out right away. And I forget. I can't read this name at bottom, and it's the name that you heard earlier.
Kazakhstan.
It kind of sounds like that.
Catch
yeah. It's the leader, Penth. Or Chris. What is the name of? Do you have a name for the leader of the Emir, or one of the head elders?
Yes. Let me find a name for that.
Okay.
Unless you have
find
one
a name. That is the name. Whatever Chris comes up with.
Catch a can.
Norat.
Yeah.
With a K. I heard K. Knorat.
Yeah, Norat. Silent K.
Okay. I turned to my old buddy. What's his name again?
You didn't ask.
Oh, buddy, old pal. What do I say? What do I call you? What's your name?
Arsarkan.
Arsarkin.
Arsarkin.
Arsarkin. Beautiful name, that is. My name is Imagin. Nice to meet you. Just kidding. Just kidding. That'd be fucking funny. No, my name is Griner. I think I already introduced myself, but let's reintroduce ourselves because we're going to work together for the next few minutes, and I want to make sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. For all intents and purposes, just pretend that I have a knife at your back. So let's continue this on. What I want to do is resolve this little matter. You are the head rooker here, correct?
I am but apprentice. Head rooker is Vitor. He's not here right now, but I can get him if you wish to speak with him.
No, this will remain between you and I. See, my friend had a little mishap not too long ago where he was mistakenly identified as someone who hurt some other people. Of course, this was just a mistake. And against my best judgment, I want to right this wrong. So I need you to help me send a quick message back to these people and to the Chantry themselves to correct the error that was made. Can you do that for me?
Well, any mail that we send out must be approved by Thane himself.
Well, this will just have to be between us, and that's kind of why I'm leaning so close to you right now.
I do not think that I can do this, especially not without I forget his name already, Vorak.
Look. Mountains out of molehills. Mountains out of molehills. Now, what we're saying here is sending a small little message to absolve my friend in something that would most definitely end in his death. My friend is an Avar. Did I mention that my friend is an Avar? So if you do not help me in sending out this message, post-haste, he will most definitely be killed. You would then be aiding the death. Is that something that you want to do?
Oh, you cut out for that last bit. I did not hear exactly what you said. There was a loud crow call.
I'm not sure.
Basically, what I said is that if you do not help me, you will be killing an Avarian. Because we need to send this out immediately. Post-haste is the word I used. Post-haste.
You can see him thinking it over, and he says, well, technically, no. It's you who is responsible for killing this Avar. But I am, I suppose, now a involuntary cog in wheel.
Don't fuck with me, Igor. I am not in the mood to play around. You are behind me on this, or you are standing in my way. I'm trying to right a wrong.
Griner never said it was him who mistakenly identified him.
Oh, Griner didn't?
No, he just said it was mistakenly.
I see. Well,
Penth was mistakenly identified, but he didn't say that Griner did it.
I just assumed because he said better judgment.
Igor, don't assume. It makes an ass out of you and me.
My name is not Igor. I do not know why you call me this thing.
Because you sound like one. No.
I do not sound like an
friend.
Igor.
Yeah. What I forget? I do forget his name though. What is it?
Arsenok.
I'm gonna write that down. It's like arsenic.
It's like arsenic with an O. I was named after my mother's favorite to drink.
Look, Arsenok. I'm going to stop the British for a second.
He loved it, but only drank it once.
First and last time, really. Arsenok, I need your help. I'm pleading with you. While this man I'm trying to save is not my friend per se, he's not a man that deserves to die, especially not from a mistake that was made many moons ago. So I need you to help me right this wrong.
Do a persuasion check, and you're doing average.
5, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Okay, I will help you do this thing. I do not want him dead. What do you want to reply to him?
I'll tell you.
My question is, why does Igor have a different accent than the girl who worked at the monastery? Like, was one of them born on vacation or something?
To answer your question, Penth, we all have different accents based on different Northern European / Russian influence on the planet Earth, which you may not have heard of.
Really big city.
I do not come from this tribe. I come from different tribe down
Who are you
south.
answering right now, Arsenal? No one's asking anything.
One of the crows asked me questions.
Post haste, man. Post haste.
What is it that you wish to write? I will read back. I will write back in his native language.
I need to say this exactly. Fade out so that the other players don't know what I'm saying, and then I'll message you it privately.
Ah, nice.
Because this is going to be a big twist reveal.
All right. So,
is he telling everybody that Penth is here, that he should come kill him? Is he actually absolving his sins? Tune in next week and the remainder of this episode to find out.
Cool. Things are getting good. Things are getting good. Things are really good, actually. So far this session, I've been having a lot of fun. Is it the little interludes? Do you find that they're too long for you guys, or are we?
No.
I'm good.
Everything's at a.
Yeah, I think
balanced
especially because at this point we now know the characters, that I'm interested in what they have to say. Like, I'm interested in what Michael's doing and Penth is doing because I now know them.
Right. Okay. Sweet. So, we're gonna jump ahead to dinner.
Ooh.
Unless there's anything else, there isn't much time for the both of you. Penth
Nope.
with your meditating, Imagin with your visit to the old lady and getting lost in town. So is there anything else that you wanted to do while you're in town?
Nope.
Couple
No.
outskirts.
If there is something that you do think of that you want to do, there is tomorrow as well. Okay? So,
I want to get some pixie sticks.
okay, well, the Pixie Stick store is closed.
Can I get some candy?
Candy store is also closed.
I just want something sweet that I can give to the children in the castle.
All the sugar is in the candy store.
Then how is it closed? It was like 12 o'clock when I did this, and now it's closed. I just wanna. I'm not trying to be a dick. I would.
Igor, I thought you were joking.
No, I wanna grab pixie sticks as a joke, but the equivalent of.
Because it all closes for dinner. Because that's when they go back to their.
Well, then I would do
But
it.
it wouldn't be dinner time yet, really.
I just want to
I
get
thought that's what we were
something.
meeting for, right? Wasn't it to meet for dinner?
Meat for dinner, yeah.
I just want
But
to get a
again, you gotta
handful of
remember, like,
candies. Just a
if we're
handful of
following
candies.
like medieval times-ish time of day.
Fine,
everything
I'll go into the
would
castle and
except for,
I'll ask a person in the castle for a handful of candies. Excuse me, could you set me up with a handful of candies? Thank
There's
you.
some at the greeting desk. You just grab them.
Perfect. Candy store's closed, but the green desk has got tons. The kiosk, I forgot.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, I should. I don't know why I'm still speaking in Arsenok's accent.
Because it's a sexy accent.
Is it sexy?
So fun.
You think it's sexy?
I like
It
it.
worked for me.
Oh, wow, good. Good to know.
Got me
Okay.
where I'm going.
So, you all make your way into the Thane's longhouse, and you stepping inside. It isn't too huge, like it's not terribly large, and you see there are doors off to the right that, and then a staircase leading upstairs, probably to sleeping quarters on the second level. This main area is it's open, and there are there's rooms above you basically, but this is like a waiting area. There's some couches, there's a fireplace roaring, there's a big window off the back that is overlooking the shrine, and the tower in the shrine is actually right up the center of the window. And the entire place is made out of wood and stone, like an old longhouse. Kind of like Skyrim. You guys, you know the Fighters Guild?
I do.
Yeah, like when you walk into the Fighters Guild, kind of that sort of feel. And to the right, a waiter walks up to you from your left side, and he says, "You are welcome to come with us now for dinner. The Thane is waiting for you."
Do you have a bathroom? I'd like to stop by the bathroom.
Yes. The bathhouse is just through this door, downstairs, and down hallway, and on left.
All right, I'll go there.
Okay, so you go that way. You guys arrive at different times, most likely. So, Penth, Imagin, do you guys go straight into the dining area?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You
So-
don't want to keep the Thane waiting.
Okay, so you guys step in, and whatever time you guys arrive, it doesn't matter really. At the end, you enter a large banquet hall with curtained windows, so the curtains are closed to the on each wall, basically. And the longest wall is here. Let me pull up the picture again, because I might be able to describe it. Sorry, here we go. Okay, so this is where you guys are in this section of the longhouse. So there's a long window along here that looks over the sacred animal pit, but it is curtained up. And then there's a window here, and then there's a window on the other side, and there's a big, long table in the middle. And at the one end of the table, you see big Thane Owen sitting at the end. He has a apron on. He's got a fork and a knife. Why is he wearing an apron? I don't know. I just picture him wearing one. He has a big grin on his face as he's speaking with Rener, who is just to his right. Yeah. And then Gil is sitting next to Rener. Okay. So you guys can sit wherever you like. There are 4 more chairs, 2 opposite of Rener and Gil, and then 1 opposite of the Thane.
I guess I'm not there yet.
You're not there yet, Penth. Where do you want to sit?
Opposite the Thane.
Opposite the Thane. Okay, so you sit down there, and then Imagin
Actually, I don't want
arrives.
to sit next to Rener or Gil, I don't think.
So you'd be sitting next to Gil.
Okay. I guess I don't want to sit there then. I'd rather sit beside the Thane than next to.
Are you awkward about it?
So awkward.
I picture him sitting down and then getting
I
up.
go to sit down and I see Thane and or Rener and Gil sit down, and I immediately look over and stand up and walk around to the other side.
Oh, okay. So next to the Thane on the other side?
Yep.
Okay. And Imagin, where do you sit? Next to Penth?
I actually do sit across from the Thane.
Oh, okay. So you're sitting next to Gil.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's an empty seat to your right. And Griner, what are you doing?
I'm going to look for the bathroom, but I also want to scout the castle a little bit, see if I can find where the kitchens are.
Okay. So the kitchens would actually be upstairs. There's a room that connects directly into the dining room.
Okay.
So that's where it would be cut.
I would probably try to slip in the back door there.
Okay.
I mean, put it this way, and I'm going to let you all in on my motivations. We've walked into this place very open arms. They know our intentions because Penth did mention that we were looking. I think you mentioned that we were looking for the Morning Star, or whatever it's called, Dawn Star.
The wind amulet.
Whatever, same difference. And they took all of our weapons. So we have very absent-mindedly left ourselves extremely open to any sort of danger. I'm not saying that is, but my point in going to the Rookery in the first place was to make sure that there was no anything that I could kind of decipher. So I'm probably still weary at the very least, and I want to make sure that no one's boink boink boinking into my soup. This is obviously semen being poured into my soup.
Yes.
I cannot afford to get pregnant right now.
Okay. So you open the door to the kitchen and you see many servants and I guess cooks and helpers and dietary aides. Who knows?
Are they all Avarian? Or sorry, human
yes,
or
they
whatever.
are all Avarian. You do see one rougher-looking Avarian with an eye patch. He's got an eye patch, kind of barking orders and saying, oh, "Get this one here, and this one over here, and this one has to come there. Get it ready now."
He's Arnold. Get that ready now! Put them in there! Okay, so Arnold's in the kitchen with someone.
Arnold in the kitchen with
The reduction sauce. I forgot. The reduction sauce.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Someone's using the reduction sauce.
Put the reduction sauce on it. More reduction sauce.
Did you make all these lunches? Okay. I want to do a few quick perceptions. What I would be looking for is someone who might be looking nervous. And again, my thinking is not that everyone in this whole place is evil, but maybe someone has some connection to the thing that we're taking. So I want to be looking for anyone who seems out of place, seems nervous, seems uncomfortable, anything like that. And I want to see if anybody, or even the chef himself, is designating specific dishes to go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like if he's like, make sure this gets to table 1, or whatever, you know, this seat, to make sure that, you know, nothing's fishy going on.
Okay.
So 6, 11, 12, 13.
Okay, so glancing around, it's everybody's kind of in a blur, getting dishes ready, and the man barking orders is looking around, and it doesn't take long for him to see you standing there. And he says, "Lolander, you went through the wrong door. You go through the other door. Get out of here. This is the kitchen. It's
I
not
say,
the place for you."
Oh, my apologies. My apologies. Oh, my apologies.
Good,
I am
good.
so sorry. And I continue looking.
All right, so he's like, yeah, okay, just stay
My
away.
apologies.
He's kind of looking at you, and then he gets distracted and says, "Hey, you over there, you have to get back to work. You stop doing dishes. Do it after.
Get out of there.
Get out of there. Get to the dining room." All right. So that's all you really see. Looks like you guys are having a goose meal.
So nothing nothing that I was looking for.
Nothing fishy. You didn't see anything fishy.
So no fish being served?
No fish. No fish at all.
Okay. I take a handful of sweets and I leave.
You know what? If you can tell me what kind of sweets.
I want little mint candy balls. Just little hard candies. That's all. Hard candies that wouldn't melt in my pocket. That's all I'm looking for.
I'm going to veto and say that it's pretty hard to get sugar up here. The only sugar that would be in the mountains is...
Maple. I want a little maple tree.
Oh, little maple tree. Hey, okay, so now you're thinking.
A hard candy...
Mapley mint candies.
What? What is mint but mint leaves? Why not? So they have a little mint. It's the Avarian special. They melt down the maple syrup and they add mints. It's a maple mint candy.
Okay. So roll. I'm not gonna make you roll. Okay. All right.
roll for your maple mint candy.
Yeah. Okay. Maple makes sense. Okay, I can buy maple. You wouldn't be able to do like sugar cane or anything like that, or those.
No, I don't need that. And I'm only doing these just like precautionary. I just put a few in my bag. That's it.
Okay. And then you make your way to the dining room?
And then I happily make my way to the dining room with a big old smile on my face.
Because you've got your candy?
No, because I've made sure no one's trying to kill us.
Good.
Guys, we're safe. Ish. And where do I sit? Where's the only open seat?
The open seat is
between Penth and Rener, or who else?
No, Penth and Imagin. Penth and Imagin. You'll be right beside Penth to your right, Imagin to your left, Gil straight across from you, and I guess and then with Penth, Rener is straight across from you, Penth, and Griner is to your left, and then the Thane is to your right. So 6 chairs altogether, one big long table. There are 4 guards stationed at each of the doors, and you also saw a couple guards with heavy axes strewn to their backs. Strewn across their backs? Strewn? Anyways, There
On their
are
backs.
there are more guards inside the main area, the main living area as well. All right. That's just what you saw. Yep. You might think
Does
that.
it seem an
or it might just be a
abnormally
custom.
large amount? Oh, just the customs? Okay.
Yeah, it might be.
It
You could do
might.
a cunning roll to see if it is larger.
I
but
will, because
you
I
really have no way of knowing.
No, but I would be on edge, and at this point I probably would even talk to...
Don't forget about your talisman of cultural recognition.
Plus 12 to my talisman of culture recognized. But I still feel I would still feel very uncomfortable here.
Can I do a military lore to figure out if there are more ornate weapons, or just for show, or are they like more for go?
You can just tell by looking at them that they're for go.
Okay, so why do they have so many people here?
Well, that's what I was asked. That's what I'm going to roll for.
You ask them?
No, I want to. Well, I guess I wouldn't have any frame reference. Yeah, I would ask him. I would say, Thane, there seems to be a large number of your guards around. Are you afraid we might break out into a food fight? No one?
You see him chuckle to himself. He chuckles and he says, no, this is the customs. Whenever there are new visitors, we have to make sure that we do protect our people and make sure that the visitors are trustworthy. I have had bad experiences in the past where visitors aren't exactly who they say they are. Not lowlanders, usually Avarian tribes. But they are here simply to protect against that. And hey, if you earn my trust, then maybe there will be less guards.
Lovely.
And they will not stop us if we have a food fight, lowlander. And he says, so, you're all here. How was your first day in Redhold been?
Good. I enjoyed it. What can I say? You have a beautiful village here. And I gotta say, the women. Not bad.
Not bad? You mean
Not
good?
bad at all.
Of course they aren't bad.
What?
Of course they aren't bad.
Well,
Did you expect them to be bad?
The gist of what I said. No, just a compliment. No one else is talking.
And he says, quiet for a second. We get wine.
You asked me.
We need the wine for this conversation.
Don't ask questions if you don't like the answers, man.
So a servant comes over and hands out some chalices, and begins pouring wine into each one. And the Owen gestures for him to put some more in his, and he does so, and then he takes a long gulp and says, "Ah, okay. Well, now we are ready to speak. We have wine, and the food hasn't quite come yet. I want to say welcome to you, all 5 of you. You have had a very long journey, and I trust that this meal will be very satisfying, as likely you may not have had meals like this in the past few days. Am I wrong?"
Nor women like this.
Yes, enough about the women.
They're all his daughters.
Yeah, right.
No, he says yes, and to the women too, and he cheers us a cup and winks at one of the female servers.
There you go. That's the fucking barbarian Avarian lord that I want to see. The guy who likes women and drink. Fuck, where's he at?
Well, he just waiting for that wine to kick in.
Good. I drink the wine too. And
okay.
No, I don't. Smash on the ground.
All right. Now everyone's drinking?
I mean, I saw them all pour it from the same thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. And Gil and Rener, they're both drinking, and you guys have a good
Built up a tolerance
conversation.
to iocane powder.
What's that?
They built up a tolerance to iocane powder.
Iocane power?
No, only Arsenoc.
Arsenal.
I want to, when the second round comes, because we all kind
Oh,
of
that's
when we all
Princess Bride.
finish it in one, I want to, when the second round comes, I want to say, and a toast to you, good sir, Thane, for inviting us into your humble home. As we are obviously a sorry band of bastards, we hope that we can at least earn your trust.
Okay. And he cheerses, and then he holds up 2 fingers and says, "That's 2." And he looks
Excellent.
around at the other members of the party somewhat expectantly. So you guys continue, and the meal comes out, and it is a beautiful-looking goose and potatoes. And there aren't any greens because this time of year it would be pretty hard to preserve greens from the beginning of the year. But you got potatoes and you got duck, and Gil put together this duck, and it tastes delicious. Goose, sorry. It tastes delicious.
I speak up. I say, where did you get this beast?
Are you talking to Gil?
No, the thing.
The Thane. And he says, "I tell you, every year, these beautiful birds fly from north to south and everywhere in between. They leave behind good meat, lots of feathers, and lots of poop." Poop. You don't find this funny? And then he laughs. He stares at you, like really intense,
Yeah.
and then he laughs and takes a big gulp of his wine.
What does this place look like? Is it like very, like we have cutlery that's really nice and plates that are really nice and
Yeah, you've got nice cutlery. You've got nice ceramic plates or clay plates. Yeah.
When was the last time you went hunting, Thane?
Well, counting this morning.
So it was this morning.
Why, yes,
And were you successful?
I was.
What did
The
you hunt?
goose we are eating is from me. I got this one from, I would say, at least 500 meters. Do you lowlanders use the metric system?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. I speak with
I'm
you.
not
I fired
not
it from very far away, and
I'm not a lowlander.
Oh, right, of course. I forget myself. And he takes another drink of his wine.
You do forget yourself. I drink my wine.
Okay. And he kind of raises an eyebrow at you. And Rener gives you a stern look across the table. And you guys continue your meal. The Thane is talking a little bit louder now, slurring his speech a little bit. And and you guys continue talking and
Did
conversing.
we ever get to business at all? Do we ever talk about the tower and what attempts have been made to get into the tower?
He says, do you ask that?
Well, I was asking you if we ever got to speaking about business. Then I said, I would like to, if we did, I would like to ask about the tower and what attempts have been made.
Okay. Well, you haven't yet, and Rener has brought it up a couple times, and the Thane says, "Oh, we will speak of this later. We will speak of this later." And at one point, he holds up his cup to Rener and does a long look at him, and then takes a sip. And after a beat, Rener says, "Oh, I would like to propose a toast to Redhold and to the gods for bringing us here together this evening." and a boisterous cheer comes from Thane Owen as he drinks again.
Well said, Rener, well said. Nothing finer than fine wine, fine women, and fine food. I cannot thank you enough for this luxurious feast after long many months on the road. Give us another round, men.
All right.
I stand up and I say, I have to excuse myself. I do not feel well, and I leave the room.
And
I look for permission first, obviously. I say, if you'd be so kind, I'd like to excuse myself.
And the Thane says, "But you have not finished your meal. It is big insult to leave before you have finished the food that is served to you." And Rener says, "Penth, finish your food. You're not feeling well."
I walk over to the table and I put everything in my mouth. I gulp it down like obnoxiously and I say, "There, am I okay to go now?"
He says, "That's the spirit." And says, "Yes, you may leave if you wish."
Yeah, then I just leave and I go towards wherever the lodging is.
Okay. So when Penth leaves, you see Thane kind of thinking, and he's kind of swaying back and forth. And he says, I'm going to count it. Give us another round. That's 4. And he says it very obviously, 4, as he looks at Gil and Imagin.
And I turn to Imagin and I say, Imagin, why don't you toast our host? I think he might appreciate it.
And so I toast and say, please forgive me. I'm not used to this. Or drinking. In my father's words, there sellers for tua Koseth.
Here, here.
And Thane Owen gives you a big toothy grin and drinks more. All right, Penth, what are you doing?
I will be walking around the city and kind of looking at how people are living and the lifestyle and just contemplating, are they, how is it that we are even the same race? You know what I mean? Like, if these people are Avaran people, how are they amalgamating the old beliefs with the new ones, and how is it working, kind of thing?
So you're looking for understanding.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm looking from place to place and kind of going, putting into question the fact what it means to be an Avaran. For me, it's always been like, it's got to continue to be very traditional and the hard life because that's what makes us better people. But I'm just looking for signs that these are good people as well, kind of thing.
Okay. So you're going around town, and you're looking for this.
Yeah.
Okay. And sorry, I got. Oh, that was.
I just picture Penth. I just picture Penth, fucking like walking around with his hands in his pockets. All sad,
yeah,
just
see, I got this like 80s montage walking in the rain and looking up moonlight silhouettes.
Drinking beer.
You look in a window and you see two people kissing.
I'm just listening to Alone in the Drive-In by the Grease soundtrack.
Like, my hand runs down the window.
What am I? Maybe my eyes are only reflections of my soul.
You're walking along and you step into a puddle, it splashes, and then
car
as
drives
the ripples fade, you look at it and you see your reflection.
A cart and buggy drives by and splashes me again.
So deep.
Yeah.
So deep.
Well, what does Penth see?
I think Penth basically sees it as a lowland city.
Okay.
No?
Maybe.
Is there anything else I would say otherwise?
Well, earlier in the... Well, actually, Yeah, at this point, you're walking along, and you hear a big, a loud sound, and shouting coming from the hunter's lodge.
Right.
And you go over and take a look at what's going on.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so do you go inside or do you just look in a window?
Another. I will go inside.
Okay, so you open the door and do a reflex check. Dexterity.
Drunk. I can't use a drunk elf, man.
9.
And if you're gonna drink it, you gotta toast the Thane.
9. Okay.
I did post the thing.
So
What's
you
that?
open the door, and as soon as you open it, as luck would have it, something smashes against your face. It's made of metal, but roll a 1d6. 1d4, I think. Or 1d3?
1d6.
1d6, yeah.
3.
So you take 3 damage as a tankard smashes you against the face.
Okay.
And you see, like, as your vision clears, looking ahead, you see that there are many men fighting and like beating each other up, and at the main center of it all, trying to hold each other back, but at the main part of it, there are 2 really big, burly Avarian men who are beating each other. Like, and it doesn't look like one is beating the other one more. They're brawling.
Right. Okay, well, I sit down here and I drink and watch and contemplate things.
Okay, so as you sit down, a man approaches you, and you expect it to be a server, but the man is staggering himself. He says, "You just walked in, right?
Yes, I did.
I hit you in the face with my beer."
Yes, you did.
"Well, stand up."
I say, very well. Do I stand up?
He says, "You get to punch me now."
Okay. I say, but I have no quarrel with you.
"What do you mean? I just threw tankard in your face."
So it was on purpose.
"Well, yeah, it was."
All right, then. So then I swing.
Okay.
6, 9.
Okay. That's not enough. And he dodges out of the way, and he says, "Good show," and he punches you right in the face, or swings at you.
Right.
And he got 2 6s and a 4. And so,
Yeah, so that would be good.
okay, so that hits, and he's going to take his stunts, which is the 6. He's going to do pierce armor and knock prone, and he's going to skirmish. So he knocks you back, and chairs fly and tables fly, but with the commotion of everything that's going on, you don't really even hear it. And you take 10 damage minus half of your pierce armor, or minus half of your armor.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So as you reel back, you put your hand up to your nose and you feel blood. And he's smiling, a big toothy grin. You see he's missing a tooth. And he says, "Come, brother, hit me."
How is it that you guys can still fight like this and yet live in this city?
He says, "Are you trying to speak with me?"
As I punch him in the face again.
Okay.
13 plus, so 16.
16 damage, or 16 to hit. Yeah, it hits.
Okay. 8 damage.
Okay. So your that actually kind of hurt. Your fist connects, and he's a big man. He's bigger than you, and you knock his face to the side, and he says, "Oh, come on," and takes another swing at you.
Cool.
So 9. Okay, 13 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, so it connects, and you take 6 damage minus your armor. So I guess no armor, no damage.
No damage.
So things go on like this for a while.
Yep.
He doesn't seem to be letting up at all, and you
Yep.
guys continue to fight. And roll 2d6, and I'll have him do the same.
Okay.
Okay, and multiply that by 2.
So 18.
18. So in the time that you were fighting, he managed to do 18 damage to you,
Yep.
and you managed to do 12 damage to him.
Okay.
Okay? And after a while, he's got blood on his face. And he says, "Okay, I feel better now." And you can see, looking around the bar, most other people are sitting down in their chairs, and the people that they were fighting with are actually talking. They're having a conversation with each other, and their faces bruised and bloodied, and bartenders coming around and putting beers in front of them, as if nothing has really happened. And one of the men who got beat up really bad has a mop, and he's mopping up the floor.
I offer to buy the guy who was fighting the beer.
Okay. So he accepts, and you guys go up to the beer or to the bar, and you order. So how long do you think you spend here? Would you say?
Probably the rest of the evening, but I'll let you go back to the other people.
Okay. So back to you guys. Rener is looking around, and he says, "Thane, I'm very sorry. I don't think he's coming back tonight." And Thane says, "Those Amir folk are strange. It's okay. I understand. Listen, you came here for a particular reason. And as much fun as I've had tonight." And he looks over at you, Griner, and he raises his glass. Because after he loosened up a bit, you guys were starting to get along. And
talking about women.
had him laughing, you were talking about women, all that
Oh.
stuff. Yeah, boobs and everything. And
Whoa. And everything? There's more?
we're not going to get into that. April Fools, it's not. There's no more. That's it.
I was going to say.
I got you.
I was nervous.
Okay, so he finally says,
It's hard to
"You."
believe we're all still virgins.
He says, "You all wish to go into Black Sleet Tower, or as we like to call it here, the Svartslasktoren. Now, I would let you in, but unfortunately, as history has it, I cannot. And there is no way, no matter how delicious a meal your friend Gil prepares for us, we cannot do anything. I cannot let you in because the gods would not wish it."
Is
Interesting.
there not a way we could appease the gods?
I will tell you.
Or gain their favor?
I will explain it this way. I will tell you the story of Black Sleet Tower. And you hopefully will understand why I cannot let you in. And so he goes on to tell this story. And do you guys want me to tell it right now or just sum it up?
I'd be fine with a summary.
Okay.
Well, depending on how long it is. If it's a paragraph, go for it. If it's
You
like
know what? I haven't practiced it well enough to keep it succinct, so I will just do a summary.
Okay.
Basically, he talks about the Red Avars and how they came to settle in these lands, and how many years ago, hundreds of years ago, the Red Avars, led by his ancestor, came to this area, and they wanted to settle here, but they couldn't because there were too many trees. It was too high up, but they saw in their travels, trying to find a perfect spot, that there was this tower here. And so the leader of the Red Avars was Rúdain. This is the Thane's like great second grandfather or something like that, right? And his tribe had a shaman as well, and the shaman's name was Grindelwald. And the two of them worked really well together. And Grindelwald, while Rúdain wanted to leave, Grindelwald was very clever and said, let us search this tower. He's a very powerful shaman, young. Let us search this tower, and maybe we will find a reason to stay in this area. And so Rúdain went with him, and they searched out the tower, and they found an amulet, the Wind Star amulet. And
It's a minivan.
What's that?
It's a minivan.
The Wind Star?
Yeah. I love his name.
If I want someone to like put together a Photoshop of an amulet with a Wind Star.
Is it for extra experience points? Because I will do it.
I know you will. Yeah, for extra experience points. Because why not? I'll give you 50. I'll give you 100 experience points. Whoever does it, and you all can do it. Why not? But you have to listen to the story.
Always.
Okay, so they find the amulet, and they find that Grindelwald, with his power as a shaman, he can control the weather. He can control the wind and control the clouds. He can bring warm fronts from the north, the desert to the north. And so he does that. And they're able to settle in the land around the tower because Grindelwald is able to control the weather. And so they do, and they're able to build up more than most of ours can. They build a giant fortress, and they're able to push back the trees, and they're able to build farms and orchards and get livestock and that sort of thing. So because of the weather, they're able to do all of this, and their population grew and grew and grew. At first, their stronghold was made of wood, but after a while, they had to change it because they started getting some really bad omens. Essentially, the crops stopped producing fruit, and the livestock started to get sick. Bandits and barbarians would come and kill the farmers and steal their crops because they were jealous. And worst of all, what made them upgrade into this giant stronghold was because of the blight. Demons coming up out of the ground, they had to protect themselves more, and so they built the stronghold. And it was after the first blight that affected them that Rúdain realized that this is not working. There's something wrong, and then he realized that the gods were angry with him because him and Grindelwald were controlling the weather, and that's a power that should exclusively be left for the gods. And so he sent word to Grindelwald. Both of them had aged quite a bit, and he sent one of Grindelwald's apprentices, who lived in the stronghold, to the tower to meet with Grindelwald and deliver the message to stop using the Windstar amulet and to return to Redhold. But Grindelwald refused. So that's the story, and he says he lets out a big yawn after finishing it, and says, "Well, that gives you an idea, but I will finish the rest of the story tomorrow, if you would like to hear it." And Rener says, yes, indeed.
I think I wouldn't mind hearing it as well.
I can understand that the gods would be upset about this. And Owen, who seemed very loosey-goosey before, a cloud has kind of been cast over him, and he's taken a much darker demeanor. He doesn't seem as boisterous or jolly or drunk anymore. And he says, yes, we will leave it for tomorrow. But I do want to thank you for feasting with me this evening, and I hope you enjoy your day tomorrow. I do hear we're supposed to have a storm, so you are welcome to stay in the longhouse. This is where you're going to be staying this evening. If you go down to the end of the hall and up the stairs, you will find your rooms and good accommodation for each of you.
Thank you very much, Thane. And again, I appreciate all you've done for us. And I finished the last of my goblet.
Okay.
I just wanted to see what Rener's reaction to the story was. Gil and Rener, were they kind of like, yeah, or were they like, I don't give a fuck about this?
Do a perception check.
Yeah, I think I will. On a side note, I think most importantly, I've found the Windstar amulet.
Nice.
That's exactly what it looks like, actually.
I also made another variant. The white Windstar.
the white Windstar, yes. Wow. What year was that Windstar amulet made?
99.
Looked like a 98.
Probably 98.
Well, all right, congratulations, Harlan. You got 100 experience. If you guys wanna come up with a reason why you should get 100 experience too, then you're more than welcome to. Okay, so for your perception, you got what, 12?
10, yeah, 11, 12. Yeah, 12.
Okay, so Rener seems interested. You do see a look of maybe disappointment cross over his face. And Gil is... Oh, sorry, I'll finish with Rener. And yeah, but he seems mostly interested, but he might be feigning a little bit of interest. But yeah, Gil is also interested. He is, well, as interested as Gil can be in anything. He is taking bites of his food that he hasn't eaten all of. He's a very slow eater, and he occasionally looks over at Thane and nods at like the peaks of his stories, like wow, like whoa, sort of thing.
Okay. Does the Thane leave?
The Thane does get up and says that he is leaving for the night. He wishes you all sleep well, and yeah.
Alex also made a Windstar amulet. It's a little more classy than mine was.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
He actually drew the chain.
100 experience to you, Alex. That's awesome.
That brings Jason up to 200 and Alex up to 100.
Did Jason do one?
Well, no, but didn't he have 200 from before?
He had 200. Yeah. I think he had 400 actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Jason's like 400, Dave's 200, Alex is 100.
Alex
Nice.
is 300 because he helped out, I think, 2 sessions ago, too.
Yeah. Fair enough.
400, 300, 200.
That information would have been so helpful.
The
Was
Windstar?
the person in the bar explained it to me that way as well, or no? Would he know that story, or not really? Or some sort of version of that story?
He would know a version of the story, yeah. If you're, like, you wanted to know about Black Slate Tower.
I wanted to know how Navaran people gotten to be such a stronghold, which doesn't seem cohere with, the way that our people live.
Yeah, and he says, like, if you ask him that, he says, "We're protecting from monsters."
Nice. All right, I'm still in the dark.
And we protect from... there's a word for it, but I don't know.
Do you know the origin of the city or anything, the history of the city?
Yeah, he would know. He says
He
he
to be some
kind of-
legend about this tower.
he's
everyone
never
to know.
lived. He's never lived through a blight.
Yeah.
He tells you that the whole idea of a blight and hiding behind walls. He agrees with you. It's cowardly. Why do we need to live behind these walls? Why can't he go out and hunt like his uncle does? He's cooped up here just in case there's an attack. It doesn't make sense to him. But that's why the Thane has locked it up anyways, and that's why they built the hold, was because of these so-called blights.
Of cowardice, in his opinion.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys have similar viewpoints in a lot of ways as to what the Avarians should be like.
Yep.
And you guys get along for that reason, but he does explain what his ancestors went through and what they are apparently protecting you from.
Right, but he doesn't know anything about the amulet.
No.
Okay, cool. So
I
then I
want
would
to-
find logic.
Okay. So, Griner, yeah, what's up?
I want to talk to Imagin. Is everybody leaving the table?
Yeah, Gil is actually still eating.
Okay. Well, then I'd say to Imagin, I'd say, let's get out of here. And then I turn to Rener and Gil and say, good night, gentlemen. I think Imagin and myself will turn in a little bit. What do you say, Imagin?
Yes, sir.
Not sir. What? We talked about this. I said don't call me sir.
And Renner says, yes, good night, you two.
Savvy. And I get up and I leave. And when we find a quiet area, I tell Imagin to meet me out front of the keep. I want to speak in the open air where no one could perceive us in these whispering halls.
Okay.
And I go wait out front for him.
Yep.
So,
I follow.
before
Alright.
you guys continue, I just got to use the washroom.
That's okay. I'll just do the whole thing in front of him.
Oh, I got to see it. I got to hear it.
Prison. Oh. I was frozen. I can do it now. And we just summarize it for him. Basically, Imagin, and for the viewers at home, I don't know what the ulterior motive here is. It sounds to me that Windstar amulet is extremely powerful and therefore dangerous. What do you think?
I agree. I agree with the initial point of view of the Avarians that perhaps that is a power best left for the gods, because in the hands of the wrong person, it would be very dangerous.
I tend to agree with that as well. However, were you watching Rener and Gil during his entire speech?
Not at all, sir. The wine has hit me.
There's nothing wrong with that, young one. You're but a child. I understand. I'm nervous that Rener and Gil might be looking to steal the amulet after all, and they may come to us, either together or individually, in order to ask for our aid.
Well, I have to tell you, again, my loyalty has always been to Rener.
I guess my question to you is, are you more loyal to Rener than you are... If Rener came to you and were to ask, would you steal this amulet with me? Would you help him?
Yes.
Despite the danger it might cause?
Yes.
Fair enough.
I owe Rener my life.
And do you not owe your life to me as well for saving you in the water?
Yes, sir. As well to Penth, as he was the one holding the rope that pulled us both out.
Well, I mean, that's a bit... But fair enough, if we're just saying everybody saved your life. Fair enough. All right. Good night, Imagin. Good talk.
Good night, sir.
You guys want to sum up what happened, basically?
I wanted to see where Imagin's loyalty lied. Both of us felt that the Windstar amulet sounded dangerous, and I wanted to see that if Rener were to ask Imagin to help him out, potentially illegally, would he still side with Rener? And he said yes. that his loyalty lies to Rener and not necessarily to the safety of whatever danger might be coming from it.
Okay, cool. All right, so you guys go to bed, and Penth, when you go upstairs, you see that Rener is waiting for you outside your door.
I'm a little drunk.
Okay, and he sees you, and you hear him say under his breath, Maker's breath. And he says, "Did you have a good night?"
I say, I found that there's still the Varan spirit in these people, yes.
That's good. It's good that you are learning from these experiences. He says, he sounds exasperated. And he says, I have to say, I have to tell you, you've been acting very difficult the past couple days. With yesterday, you attacking Griner, and today with you just getting up and leaving in the middle of a very important meal that basically the leader of this land, he asked us to attend. Now, Thane Owen was fine with it, but you risked angering him and possibly risked the entire purpose of this endeavor. Why did you leave?
I did not realize that you hired me to be a diplomat. I believed my role was to protect you, and I will do that. This man is dishonoring the Varan people by living in this lifestyle, what he does.
He shakes his head. He says, listen, I don't care about who's offending who. And probably it's good that we have a chance to have this talk, because we're only halfway. We still have to make it back to the lowlands, back to Ferelden. So I want to keep things as amicable as possible. And let me tell you, Penth, I respect you. I really do. I respect your fighting abilities, and for that reason, yes, I am very glad that I've hired you. But on numerous occasions, you have risked the well-being of this endeavor. And yes, you are here to protect me and my life, but I also hired you to protect what I am going on this quest, the very reason that I'm going on this quest for. So if I were to hire you and you would be responsible for me not being able to receive or to find this amulet, or to even get into Blacksleet Tower, it would be your fault. And to be honest, I did not hire you specifically. And I'm not disappointed in you. You are doing what you feel is right. I'm disappointed in the Emir for not teaching you that this is important to the people who are hiring you.
That was my oh snap.
Do they have that on Google Hangouts? Do they have a oh snap?
The effects? No, they got this. Is that close?
So what does Penth say?
What is there to say? I mean, I have never endangered you, but I will keep trying. I will move forward, I hope.
And he says, and you see him, he's relieved. And he says, that's all that I'm asking. That you try, that you continue to make efforts, but just so that we are on the same page, protecting my best interests is the same as protecting me. If you were to have walked off yesterday, I wouldn't have been able to protect myself, and if Owen had been upset at dinner tonight, then it would have been a guarantee that we would not have been able to see this endeavor continue forward.
Then I say, then I will bite my tongue as long as it is necessary, but you make sure that Griner knows that if he disrespects me again, it will continue in the way that it has.
And he hesitantly nods. You can tell he's nodding for maybe to please you, but he says, "Yes, I will let Griner know, but just remember that I don't have as much of a say with Griner. I hired Griner out of blind faith that he would serve me well, and yes, granted, he is not the easiest person to get along with. Him and I have butt heads already. But there's nothing I can say to him. To you, I know that you are working for your people, and if you were to come home empty-handed, I know that would be a disappointment to your people. Am I wrong?"
Yes, but they would also prefer me to die than to dishonor them.
This I see. Well, then, I guess you're in a rock and a hard place, he says with a smile. You can either dishonor them by not bringing back the money that they have sent you out and entrusted you with bringing back on your first trip, or you can dishonor them by letting other people have their own way. I suppose the choice is yours in the end. I definitely won't be able to beat you into agreeing with me, but...
No, but you have made me realize that this is a great opportunity and challenge for me, and perhaps this is the lesson I must learn.
And he beams, he smiles, and says, "Wonderful. This is good to know. Okay, Penth." He reaches out to shake your hand.
Okay. And I touch it. I don't know about shaking.
Take a hand. See.
Actually, no, I saw it at the very first one we shook hands, so I shake his hand.
Yeah. And he says, "Thank you very much for listening. I must get to bed now. Have a good night, all right? And try not to get any more fist fights." He gestures to one of the bruises on your face.
Say good night, and I go to bed as well.
All right. So you guys all sleep soundly, except for Imagin. Oh.
Not
Quit.
Imagin.
Imagin, that night you find yourself in a field. A beautiful field, and looking down the horizon, the field is surrounded by trees, beautiful blooming trees in the middle of spring, and the sun is shining, and you see some caravan, Dalish caravan, leaving the field down the one road.
Now, does it look like my family's caravan?
Yes, it does. You can very clearly, yeah, you can see it.
All right. And I will shout and wave.
Okay, so you shout and wave, and you only see the backs of other Dalish elves. They don't turn around.
And I will run towards them.
Okay, that's the thing to do in this situation. So you begin to run, and of course, you've seen it all before. If you feel like you're getting closer, because you know you're moving towards them, and you can feel it. You feel your muscles moving, but they are remaining the exact same distance away. Even though you can feel the wind in your face, you can see yourself past the grass in the field. You are not getting any closer to the caravan.
Now, it's the backs, but do I recognize any of them, or are they just like figures?
You can't see them exactly.
Yeah.
Their backs are to you, so it's hard to make it out at this distance.
All right. Do I recognize the area at all?
Nope, you don't recognize it. And as you're running, you actually step in a puddle, and it splashes as you keep sprinting forward.
All right.
Yep. And as you're running, you step in
Why
more
does that
liquid.
sound turn me on?
More liquid, and it actually it's starting to slow you down, and eventually you hit something under whatever the liquid is, and you fall to the ground, and you hit the grass, but your hand lands in something wet, and you look up and you see it's blood. Yeah, a puddle of blood your hand has fallen into. And as you lift it up, the blood doesn't just drip from your hand, it actually connects with your hand, kind of like pulling apart a grilled cheese sandwich. And then you feel it pulling you down into the puddle. And then you start to feel a tug on your leg. And you turn back, and turning around, it's a very different scene. As you look back, you see that all the grass is black, and the road is still there, but the road that you're on is covered in blood. It's more of a river of blood, and the sky is a crimson red as you're sucked back into this puddle of blood, and your head goes under, and you turn one last time to see your caravan fading into the forest as your mouth fills with a copper taste.
So dramatic.
We need some applause for that.
So I'll wake up, I hope.
So, you wake up to the taste of copper in your mouth.
Sorry, I just need a place to put my pennies.
Did I see him toss and turn last night? Because obviously we share a bed.
Yes. And looking up Imagin. No, you don't share a bed, but you share the same room.
I feel like we would share the same room. I think we did the same thing the first night.
I feel like it wasn't time of month to go down on you.
Why?
Oh.
It's never the time of month.
I got like heavy copper taste in my mouth.
So, yes, Griner, so Imagin, you wake up and you see a torchlight Griner sitting on the edge of his bed.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man? You were screaming in your sleep. You said, "Mama, Papa, blood." No, but seriously, you look a little scared. Are you okay?
It was a horrible, horrible dream, and that I don't know if it's an omen or just a dream.
Do you want to talk about it? Or you want me to let it go?
Just hold me.
Imagin, I'm being serious here. I don't need another repeat of the beginning of weeks ago. Is this something you want to talk about? I trust you, so if you say it's nothing, we let it go. If you want to talk about it, I'm here to talk about it.
I believe it is nothing. If it becomes something, we will talk, sir.
I'll let it go. I'm trusting you. It's on you. If you feel... But I know that's the second dream you had. You were telling me about the other one you had. No, you didn't tell us. I know this is the first weird dream you had. And there's always a first. Alright, yeah, it's cool. I trust you. I go back to bed.
See, Uncle Mike or Mike, you should be able to tell if you're evil or not, because if you woke up with morning wood or not,
Is that what it is?
If it turns you on,
I like that dream.
I'm
I
so
like the
evil.
blood.
it's always fine to have dreams about blood. It's when it turns you on that you got an issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At this
So-
point, I just tell him, because at this point I'm thinking it's again just inner turmoil, childhood memories being ripped away from my family, and fears
Sure.
of never being able to see them or be together with them again.
Okay, cool. So you try to go back to sleep, and it's a little bit harder now because, or maybe easier, because you hear that it started to rain outside. Rain is pattering against the window shutters. Yeah,
Definitely easier.
easier. All right,
It
nice.
reminds me more of the sound of being in the caravan
Okay,
wagons.
so the three of you wake up, and what started out as a light drizzle has turned into a torrential downpour of, yeah, very loud rain.
I love rain, so I am in my prime. I go outside. Go for a rain jog.
Now, do you have plans for the day?
Well, we could go grab breakfast or brunch at Tony's, and then maybe meet up with Martha at the gym.
He doesn't like brunch.
That's what I'm saying. And it's
That's what I'm
couple
saying.
things.
We didn't have necessarily plans for the day, though, did we?
Nope. Well, your plans are open.
Then I will.
Except you said that you would go back and visit
I will head towards the Crone.
the Crone.
Ye
Yes.
old Crone.
Mrs. Crone. Are you going by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you head over to the house, the same house, and you see the old lady is standing there in the rain, and the rain is buffeting you. It's actually hard to make it there. But yeah, you put your hood up, and you manage to find your way in the sloppy ground. And every now and then, a concerned Avar looks at you, thinking you're a kid, and says, "Do you need help?"
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Okay, but you be careful. Don't get blown away now. Yeah. So, strange of ours. And you make your way to the house, and you see that she's standing on the doorstep. No, actually, you go up the stairs, and you go to knock, and as soon as you're about to hit the wood, the door opens. It swings open, and she says, "Get inside!" And she pulls you in. And she grabs your head, and she says, "Drink this now!" And she shoves it up to your mouth.
Is it still warm or is it cold now?
It's cold now. Yeah. No. Sorry, it's warm. It's warm for sure. It looks like it's been freshly brewed.
And what
Okay.
is this?
Do not question me, boy. I told you to drink it yesterday, and you did not listen. Now you must drink it today. Trust me. All right. So yes, you want to puke it up, and it actually goes up into your mouth, and she puts her hand right on your lips. And she says, "Swallow it now." A sigh of relief washes over her, and she says, "Boy, you are so sweet. But there is darkness inside of you. I saw it yesterday, and I saw it before you even came. Come with me." And she leads you downstairs. She leads you down these like rickety old stairs down into kind of the half basement. Even your height, you have to crouch. And in this room, has very weird sense. There's a cauldron in the back corner, and hanging cloves of garlic. They grow garlic here, sure. And different leaves and pine needles and things like that. And she says, "Boy, you said it right yesterday, that there is a darkness inside of you. And I know it is a sign from the gods for you to come with and visit me. And so I want to help you. What you drank there will keep the demons at bay. Do you understand how the demons work?"
No, ma'am.
You say you know how to heal. And as she's talking to you, she's rummaging around, going through drawers and looking through things. Yeah. Basically, like I said, you and I, everybody in the world runs on life energy. Energy given to us by the god of life. And you and I are special because we know how to control that energy and put it out into the world. Do you understand me so far?
Yes, ma'am.
But it isn't so simple. You do not understand. I don't know why she sounds Indian all of a sudden, but kind of does. You do not understand. This life energy can be used for good and can be used for life. It's simple. You use life energy for life, and you bring about more life. But if you use life energy to cause pain and cause harm and death, then it is no longer life energy. Then it becomes, what is word? Corrupt. And the more you use it for death, the more demons, pit fiends, things that the gods do not deem worthy of even being on this plane, they can grab onto you. They can use every time that you use life energy for death, they have a chance to slip into your soul and control you. Turn you into something horrible. And so you have to be careful. And as she's ruffling around, she comes back with a piece of wood. And it's a ring made of wood that's entwined around itself. And she goes to hand it to you. And as she's about to put it into your hand, she says, "But I will not give you this, and I will not help you if you do not make me a promise."
And what is this promise? What do you ask of me?
This ring will help you. Yeah, that's true.
Just putting on the ring is all I'm saying.
I know, I can see that.
And butt stuff.
This ring will help you if you use it. If you use your powers for good. It cannot help you if you want to use it for bad. So, from now on, I don't care how many spells you've learned, how much you know about killing and hurting. I need for you to only focus your energies on helping and creating life. Do you understand this?
I do.
Good. She shoves the ring into your pocket.
Well, that's
Or into your hand. Sorry, into your hand.
Okay.
In the pocket of your hand.
Ah, okay. That's a little personal. I think I do need an adult here.
And she stands there smiling at you and begins to lean on her staff. And she says, "I have faith in you."
I will try to honor that faith.
Good.
Thank
Okay. Now be gone. Go. Get out of here. You aren't supposed to be here.
Now hustle on out.
Back into the storm. Back into the longhouse. Okay. Griner, Penth, what are you guys up to today? Did you guys want to do anything?
I'm taking a morning jog.
You go for a jog. It's a beautiful jog in the rain. Your feet get really muddy. And yeah, and that's
Are
about
there any women and children here?
not outside.
Kids don't play in the rain?
Not torrential downpours.
What?
Okay.
I love the rain.
You see some kids playing in the rain, jumping in puddles and sticking their tongues out. Ah. And
I
you
joined
see-
them.
You joined them?
Yeah, I want to have some fun. No one else is fun. They're all fucking serious. So I jump in the puddles and I stick my tongue out too. Ah.
And they look at you, and they just stare at you.
And I make a funny face.
And their eyes go wide, and a couple of them start to back up.
Be scared all they want. I'm having fun.
And then one kid, as the two of them are backing up, there's a third kid.
Does he grab my
Okay.
face and go, Peter?
He's probably
There you are.
about 6 years old. There you are, Peter.
Hook.
Yeah. And out of the corner of your eye, you're like, oh, these kids are going away. Out of the corner of your eye, you see him doing this.
And I start making funny faces back, and I'm like,
And he's like,
And then I'm like,
I keep splashing in puddles.
you keep splashing in puddles. And then he splashes in puddles exactly the same way you are.
Good. And I keep playing with the kids.
Okay. So, the one kid kind of gestures for the other
I
kids.
look out the
to join
window and see him doing this and fall in love with the soft side of Griner.
I'm randomly flipping off windows.
And then it hits me. Wait, no, I don't like Griner. I don't like Griner.
Fuck everything around me.
in. Okay. So, Penth, was there anything that you wanted to do during the day?
Nope.
No? Okay.
I
So,
want to buy a longsword, but I don't think I'm allowed to here.
no, not really. You could try to trade for one, but,
That would defeat the purpose of leaving our weapons at the door.
yeah, exactly. So, no.
Nope.
I do want to jump ahead. So the second dinner.
So 2 years later,
2 years later.
you're reminiscing about your time spent.
Yeah.
Remember that time I beat you?
That's basically what happened.
That would be
Penth
great.
never got over the fact that he punched Griner.
So
Griner
really-
never got...
some really intense point. We just jump ahead 2 years. That'd be funny.
It's kind of
Okay.
fun, actually.
It would be. So, jump ahead. You guys are all sitting around the dinner table, and you've already done all of your toasts. And Owen is good. Sorry.
That good, eh?
Let me just look something up quickly.
Oh, also, after I played with all the kids in the street, I banged one of their moms.
Did you?
The prettiest one, obviously.
Sorry, 1 second. You bang one of their moms, and how do you do it?
Long and... Oops.
Okay.
Long and thin. Like my penises. Long and thin.
Like a bonobo.
Was that like a plural of them? You've got more than one?
Yeah, does not everybody have two?
Alright, just checking.
Wait, the normal's one. No, I have the normal one.
Hey, so you're all sitting around the table, and Owen has you're all sitting around the table, and dinner hasn't come yet, and Owen is already a little bit tipsy, and he says, "So, Tell me, Penth, where is it that you disappeared to last night?
I say, as I wasn't feeling good, I needed some fresh air, and I met some of your, I don't know what you describe them as, your people, and their hospitality really helped clear my head.
Well, my people will help you do that. I see that you have bruises and scars on your face.
And I say, again, very hospitable. And then I say, may we make a toast?
Okay. And he raises a glass and says, what are we toasting?
May the Avaran people never grow weak.
Hear, hear. And he gives us sloshy cheers with his glass, takes a drink. So the conversation is going very smoothly. Tonight there's no awkwardness. You can tell that Owen is a lot more comfortable. In fact, there aren't even any guards in the room. Just one guard stationed out the front door leading to the front area. And you guys are enjoying your meal. And Owen says, "Okay. But I'll tell you the rest of the story." And he leans forward and says, so Penth, basically, and he sums up the story for Penth. And like you guys help out, and like Rener is asking questions, and you guys fill Penth in on what happened, why you can't go into Blacksleet Tower. And so once again, Owen is he seems a little bit subdued after talking about it for a little bit, and Rener says, but if you don't mind me saying, I really don't understand why exactly we can't use it. I mean, it is an amulet. I mean, I'm not a powerful shaman. I assure you, I cannot use this item. I just want it for my own good and for my own collection. And as he's saying it, you can tell he's kind of like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. And Owen is like, look, Mr. Rener, I trust you, but I will tell you the rest of the story, and you may change your mind about whether you want this item. And if you are collecting items, why is it that it must be this Windstar amulet? Why not something out of my treasury? I have plenty of items that could be seen as magical, so you say.
Sounds like we should help ourselves to some of those, eh?
He says, well, I don't just give them to anyone, but I may be able to trade fairly based on the beautiful meals that you guys have been providing for us.
And what of that pelt that Penth gave you? Penth, you gave him a pelt, did you not?
Yes, but that was a gift for our lodging.
Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It was a gift from all of us, though, yes?
Yeah, it was the gift from all of you guys for entry into the Emir. So he's gracing you with lodging and 3 nights, basically because of the pelt.
It's a pretty good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for a dead pelt.
Mm-hmm. So the meal that you're having tonight is goat. It is absolutely delicious, once again, even better than the goose. You can tell that Gil really pulled out all the stops with this one, using a variety of different spices that intermingle very, very nicely with each other. And you can't even quite put your finger on what spices they are. It just tastes perfect. And Owen goes on to say, well, the rest of the story is much darker. By this point, when Grindelwald refused to come and speak with Rudin, well, he was a very powerful shaman, and he'd been using the Windstar amulet for years. And one day, after finding out this, Rudin realized that Grindelwald was a risk. And so he took 50 men, well, including himself. I don't know what the legend says. It's 50 men, we'll say. He took them up to the tower to confront Grindelwald. But Grindelwald was ready. And as the 50 men entered the first floor of the tower, 5 of Ruden's men turned and would not respond to any of Ruden's orders any longer. They sat still. They could not respond to anything. And so 45 men, including Ruden, went up to the second floor, where 10 of Ruden's men didn't just not respond to Ruden's orders, but they actually turned and fought against Ruden's warriors and hunters. And after those 10 men were slain, 5 of his own had died in that battle, there were only 30 men remaining. The legend says, or history books say, that on the third floor, 15 of Ruden's men fell to the ground and began to puke up bile and blood. And once they puked up all the bile in their stomach and all the blood in their veins, they started to puke flesh. And as if that wasn't enough, the flesh and the bile and the blood all merged together, creating a giant beast. And this beast arose and stepped up on the ground and said, and at that point, Gil raises a hand and says, "Excuse me, I've got to stop you. There's a bunch of plot holes in your story, mate. And I'm going to be honest, you're putting me to sleep. In fact, you're putting everybody to sleep." And Owen glares at Gil, and Rener turns to Gil and glares too. And Owen's eyes go wide and his face turns red. He says, "What do you mean I put you to sleep with my story?" And Gil says, "Look, case in point." And he snaps his finger. And everyone's head smashes into the plate that they're eating from. Except for Gil and Griner.
All right, I stand up. And I stretch.
So Gil does the same, and he says, "Actually, between you and me, it was quite an interesting story." And he walks over to where Owen is sitting, and he says, "It's too bad I'll never hear the rest." He grabs out a dagger and slits Owen's throat. And as he's doing it with his other hand, he pulls the necklace from the neck of Owen, and on it you see a shard, a black shard that is attached to a string. And he says, "Well, I've taken care of this one." And he gestures to Penth and says, "It's up to you, mate. He's out cold right now. It'd be pretty easy to put him under, if you know what I mean."
Oh, I know what you mean. So what's the plan here, Gil? What's the long term?
Long term? Well, I go up into Blacksleet Tower. Well, I'll tell you what the long-term plan is. And the reason that none of the servants are in here for some reason, and the guard is standing there. You see he's standing there, and he's not doing anything. He's looking at Gil, and she's got his head cocked, but he's not doing anything, even though he watched Gil slit the man's throat. And he says, "Well, how long-term are you looking? Long-term as in 2 years ago when I came up with this scheme? Or long-term as in what do I want to do after I get up to the top of Blacksleet Tower?"
Well, let's start with Rener and Imagin. What do we want to do with them? You want to just kill them?
Hey, listen. Rener's been like a brother to me. I wouldn't want to kill him, but he's kind of in my way, and I had to dispose of him somehow at this point.
I hear you. All right, I draw my dagger for my boot, and I walk over to Penth, and I get behind his head.
All right. He says, hurry up with that. They might be sending a patrol soon. And you see him go over to the window, and he pushes the curtains back, and he's getting ready to slide up the window pane.
Hmm. And should we stop there?
Yeah, it's a great place to stop, actually.
I was gonna say because we're almost 11, and I think that's a good place to stop. Because,
That is a good cliffhanger.
yeah, I'm sure I'll have a soliloquy at the beginning of next episode. The time I first met Penth.
That's a good idea. If you want to do that, please. go for it.
Perfect. Let's do that then. I say we end here.
Okay. Why don't we do experience? Did we do experience for last week?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, we did. I think so.
3,570.
We had last week, but it might have been for the weeks before.
That's true.
I think I did give you guys experience. I remember giving you guys 200 experience for role playing last time.
Well, you know what? I can check it really quick.
And I remember, yes, I think we did because I gave Harlan an extra 150 for coming up with a.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That was from the one before.
That was the one before. Yeah, but no, I gave it last. Well, I don't know.
No, I don't. We didn't do experience last time because last time we got to Red Keep and it was really quiet and awkward in the party, and then we just left. It was ended that there.
Okay, so oh yeah, we might have done it after though. But either way, whatever. Hey, who cares? I'm for last week. I gave you guys 200 experience for role playing, and there wasn't really much else.
Nope.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Because the entire session was role playing, I'm gonna give you guys 300.
I fought a guy. I'm just gonna put it out there.
That's for this time. Last time was 300.
No, he's saying he fought a guy last time. He's talking about me.
Oh.
That should be negative experience points. Oh yeah, you did. So you're minus 50.
No, what's my So what are we at, Mike?
Well,
We're at
300 right now.
Yeah, so we're at.
Our total would be 3,720.
Okay.
Okay, so that's from last week. This week, role-playing today was really good. It was, like, shining good. Every single character had something, like, every single character grew somehow, I felt. And every single character had opportunities to do certain things and went about it in unique ways. I'm going to give you guys, it was all role-playing pretty much today. I'm going to give you guys 450 experience.
What?
For role-playing.
4,000.
450.
And then I get 100 for the Windstar.
And you get 100 for the Windstar. Yes. And who was following us along tonight?
We have a total of 4 or 5 viewers for most of the time, but I believe it was probably Jason, Alex, and I think your friend David. Most likely.
Yep.
I'm going to guess those are the 3 online right now. Not 100%.
Jason, Alex, and Dave.
No, Dave is not online any longer, as far as I know.
Well, then another mystery person who gets experience points if they tweet us or contact us in some way.
Yeah. Okay, so I believe. All right.
So
If
sorry,
you are, if
were you
you're
giving them
aware,
another 100, or what were you doing with those guys?
I'm gonna give them 100 each.
All right.
100 each, yeah. And I haven't figured out exactly a plan. We'll figure out something for next week because next week is going to be a big week.
It's our red wedding.
Yeah, like, do I need to level up my character or not? 'Cause
I would anyways.
he died at level 3.
Because if you don't level up your character, then
that's like you expect to die.
exactly.
Just think.
Right, so
all you have to do is think of all the times that you know what happened at Griner, and if he would be mad about that or anything. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be like skills. I'll be like this skill, and this ability point, whatever.
Yeah, so 100 each to the other guys. If you, Jason Randall, if you're watching, Alex, if you're watching, if you guys actually kept track of the amount of experience that I've given you, if you could just tweet me that number. I'm doing honor code right now. But if it feels right with me, then yeah, for sure, I will make sure that you get that experience because I haven't been keeping track as well as I could have been. What's up?
No, nothing. I was just thinking of something. Okay, so then 300 for last game, 450 for this game, and then I got 100 extra, so I'm at 850.
850 for these past couple
for the past 2 games.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And how are you guys doing? What are you guys at?
We're at a total of 4,170.
So you guys do level up?
No.
No? Oh my god.
What's the next?
4,499 to level up.
Oh man, I'm at 4,420. I need like 70 points to do it.
Quickly, stab Penth.
Okay. I don't like doing this.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I won't do it. I won't do it. You guys are close. You guys are close. I want to level you up, but I'm not going to because these are the numbers that we've added up, and it's just not time for your characters to level
What
up.
if tomorrow I punch Dave and I take his XP?
Well, you know what's actually funny? I was going to say that maybe the reward of XP could be, like, the people watching could decide to dole it out and be like, okay, I'm going to give XP to these guys and these guys. But then I realized that might be kind of unfair because some of us are playing tougher characters.
Yeah.
So it might not be. And then we're just pandering because then we're just doing things based on what we might get. So that's what I was doing when I was like,
Yeah, true. I like the idea, but at the same time, I like the idea of.
I like the idea of once they hit a certain amount, they can join us in like a one-off game.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that too. And then it carries over. It doesn't just have to be Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Or anyway, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out, and we will. Hopefully, I'll have a list for you next week of things, how to use your experience.
Excellent. So, for any of those of you who watch Game of Thrones, you all know that Part 9 or Episode 9 of every season is always the most jam-packed, epic, most bloodthirsty motherfucking episode ever. And let's be honest, next episode's probably going to be too. So make sure you tune in next week and check us out. Always, please like, subscribe, tweet, comment. We're always very interested and willing to answer any questions you guys have. If you want to join us or just shoot us some questions or talk to us, you can always email us at theinvictusstream@gmail.com. You can tweet us at @InvictusStream, or you can touch us if you know where we live. Preferably don't touch us. That would make me feel really awkward and uncomfortable. I'm married. Don't do it. But thank you so much for watching us. Thanks again for Justin for putting on another episode of this fantastic game. Oh wait, we have sound effects for this.
Oh yeah, we don't have to actually clap. Thank you very much. I had a great time.
The real thing.
All right, and again, just to remind people that we are going to be a new campaign in a few weeks, which Chris is going to be GMing for the system called Numenera. We're very excited about that, so make sure to follow along if you want that too. Right, Chris?
That's right. And if you think I'm an antagonist now, wait till I'm in DM.
Yeah, wait till we're at his mercy.
Oh boy, the power.
Excellent. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night, and so long.